Good evening, everyone. Hello, hello. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for being here. I'm Adriana Barros, therapist of Angel Healing, which is the therapy that I am doing tonight. I'm doing a group session for anger. So, are you angry enough tonight? Because if you are definitely in the right place. And the reason why I'm doing anger as a theme for tonight is lately I've been doing emotions, so I like to address all the emotions separately. And technically what happens, people are still joining, so give me 1 sec. So what happens when we address emotions, all these emotions are very much influencing the behaviors of everyone. So whatever tendency that you have to develop certain behaviors is based on a certain emotion. And this certain emotion that you develop, if in this case, if it's anger, it is because of past traumatic experiences that you have sustained. So if you have sustained trauma in the past, which could have been most likely growing up as a baby, as a toddler, as a child. Good evening, everyone. And so the emotion gets stored in you. And why does certain emotions come to surface? In this case, why anger? Because most likely you have experienced angry situations at home. So, hi everyone. Thanks for coming in. So I am doing a live on anger. I am doing a healing session on anger. And if you are experiencing anger or have a tendency to experience anger, stay through the end so you can calm yourself down and try and avoid this behavior in the future. So basically, I'll be using tonight a technique, a tool that is pretty much designed for mental health issues. In case you haven't seen one of my lives before, my name is Adriana Barros. I am an angel healing therapist. I am a trauma specialist, a trauma release and healing specialist. And I use different tools to address emotions, to address trauma, to release both of them, and to make you stronger and to make you really detach from the memories of the trauma. So anger is pretty much related to either a situation that you're dealing on a daily basis, maybe you're stressed at work, or maybe an isolated situation happened. However, if you are experiencing anger, it's because there's triggers inside of you. And these triggers are traumatic. These triggers are from past experiences. Because if you didn't experience anger in the past, you would not react in an angry way. You would probably have a different approach. But if you have anger as a first reaction to things that you experience, it's because you have that memory stored inside of you, which is most likely a reaction that your parents or one of your parents used to have. That's probably how they used to address you. That's probably the tone of the conversations that you used to have at home. And if there was a lot of yelling, a lot of cursing, a lot of situations that really made you not only angry but fearful, most likely you stored those emotions inside of you. So how does that affect you? So growing up, your first response to something that you didn't like would have been most likely an anger response. So you would most likely address people and situations in an angry way. So if you see somebody really bursting out of nowhere and reacting violently, it's because there's still a memory, an active memory as we call it, which is still running in your brain, attached to those past experiences. So it is what goes on in the brain. There's two main parts of the brain involved when there's anger. So the amygdala, which is the part of the brain that processes emotions, the fight and flight response, and fear and anger as well. So if you see a threat, something that to you represents a threat, your prefrontal cortex is going to try and quickly process the information to see what kind of reaction we will have to that, right? And if you're pondering the situation, most likely your response is not going to be an angry one. But if your prefrontal cortex is processing things but not really giving you like the best option out of it, you will then burst out of anger, right? And have a violent response or approach or action, or whatever the case. So today what I'm proposing is a healing session using one of the techniques, one of the tools that I use for mental health, which is called angel healing. Angel healing has nothing to do with religion, but has to do with higher powers, higher energies that are involved in really addressing traumatic experiences, spiritual influences, and even emotions that you could be experiencing. But not only that, it really balances your body on all levels, because it affects all the energy bodies. So your chakras get balanced, and all your subtle bodies and your physical body, everything, all the layers, energetic layers that compose the physical body get addressed. And when the emotions get addressed as well, you then start experiencing a lowering of that stress load. And there is also a removal of negative energy that brings on that anger to surface. So if you have the tendency to develop an angry behavior, you will then most likely attach yourself or attract to yourself angry energies, or those who resonate with that kind of energy. And that goes for every emotion. But as we're talking about anger tonight, I want you to understand how that goes. So every energy that resonates with that kind of behavior and response that you give out will then start attaching to your field, to your energy field, and then start lingering and hanging around because they like your energy. So then there's a mixture of your energy being put out and then that energy feeding your energy. So one feeds the other, if you know what I'm saying. And that's why it's important to break the pattern of anger, so you don't aggravate or put more fuel to the fire, right? So we want to make you detach from that behavior, and not only that, but clear the memories of the traumatic experiences so that doesn't repeat itself anymore. Because if you are an adult, if you are in the workforce, if you have a business, or if you're in a relationship, either the family relationship or romantic, it doesn't matter. Any sort of relationship, your behavior will affect the relationship. So it is to your advantage to get rid of this kind of emotion so you don't ruin everything. How many of you has ruined anything because of anger behaviors? Right? Anger outbursts. I'm sure you must have ruined something at some point if that's what you resonate, if you experience anger. Okay, so I'm gonna just flip this tool. What I'm using tonight is a radionic table. Radionic table is a tool that uses a pendulum, which is this one that I have, the crystal pendulum, to actually pick up the energies that we need to clear, and by activating the pendulum, I clear those negative energies from your field, or from whoever's field it is of the person who's watching. So this is a group session, so everybody is going to be resonating with this energy, and then they all have their energy cleared and balanced and anchored again, so you can start detaching from this kind of energy. Okay, so basically that's what the radionic table does. It not only clears those energies, it really picks up what needs to be cleared and elevates your energy vibration. So your vibration, if you experience an angry outburst, it's going to be very low. So you probably be resonating to and vibrating at like 20 hertz, which is the very low vibration. On a scale that goes from 20 to 1,000, you have to be vibrating at least at 500 and above in order for you to start having good energy, to be experiencing joy and happiness. Everything below that is considered lower vibration. Okay, so I'm going to flip the table. This is what it looks like. So the balancing of the energies and the energy bodies that I told you. So the alignment of the chakras, your energy bodies, your physical body. Here is all the tools that are going to help us to detach from this kind of energies. This represents you. This represents all the high energies that I work with. So this is an angel. These are the archangels. So there's not all the archangels here, but a few of them. And this is, if you want to call, the chronometer. So all the energies measured anywhere from 0 to 100. And with the pendulum, I am able to see where the energy of the group is at. And then we're going to measure it in the beginning before we start the session, and at the very end to see if it has elevated. Okay, and by how much. So don't really get too attached to the number. It's probably the first time that you receive this kind of healing session. So it's expected that the energy vibration is low, is going to be low, or if it's not, even better. But it depends also on how you're vibrating today, how your day went, and all those things. Okie doke. All right. Hi, everyone. Hi, Hannah. All right, so sit comfortably, try and turn off any distraction. If there's TV, radio, anything else, try and be present, right? If you want to receive, be on receiving mode, and just relax. You can be lying down, can be seated, it doesn't really matter. I'll be using a lot of commands. So don't, those are not relevant. They're relevant to me because I have to release the energies. But those are the commands for this kind of table. Okie doke. And also to activate the energies, I use crystals. So I'll be placing crystals. I have clear quartz here. All right. And I have one amethyst. And those are to magnify, intensify the energy that I'll be releasing, and also picking up, identifying. Just place them all here. Actually, let me see. Oh, this one is the one I want. All right. All right. So I'm going to place what we're working on, anger, right? I wrote on a piece of paper. So what I'm working on goes on the table. And here we go. I ask for all the angels and archangels to be present. I also ask for all the tools that you are going to use to be activated, as a magic mirror, the magic sword, the magic wand, the magic shield, and the magic lamp. I also ask the angels to activate a magic triangle where all the negative energies and spirits will be placed in order to receive treatment. right. I am the multidimensional connection with the angels of high magic. I am the multidimensional connection with the angels of high magic. I am the multidimensional connection with the angels of high magic. Angels, please activate all tools. Now we're going to measure the vibrational frequency and see where we at. What is the frequency of the ones connected to the energy of anger tonight? It is at 0. All right. So what is the first tool we need to activate? I am releasing energy already. So burping, yawning, that's all part of the process. Environments. So environment is going to be different for everyone. It's mostly the environment where you spend most of your time, okay? Or where there's most triggers for you. So either at home or at work. So you know when you get more angry at. So think of that environment. That's the one for you, okay? I connect myself to the environment of the collective. All spirits that think that live in that space, you may leave now and take with you everything that belongs to you. All compromises you've had in it, look after, protect, and guard that place. Deactivate and liberate, 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 deactivate and liberate. Angels measure the vibrational frequency of environments before the tool. How much was it before I did the tool? It was at 0. What is the vibrational frequency now after having released anger from the environment? 100, which is great. Should we do this tool one more time? Should we do environment one more time? No. Good. What is the next tool we need to work with to release anger from the collective? Portal. Okay, portal. Anything can be a portal. Portal is an entry, okay? Portal can be anything that can concentrate negative energies. So a house can be a portal. Anything in your house can be a portal. You can be a portal. An environment can be a portal. So that's where spirits that are not under the light are stuck. So basically they're around you and they don't go back to where they came from. They have to go back. They have to be released in order for these energies to be released. So these energies can leave you, can leave your environment, can leave your person, okay? All right. So let me see. What is the energy frequency of portal before we do the tool? 0. How many portals are open for the collective? 2. How many spirits, entities? No, sorry. 3 portals. And how many entities in each portal? 3 portals, 1 entity each. So that's 3 entities. All right. And so portals can hold a lot of more entities and negative energies. So let's go. All spirits that are unable to go back to the portal as it is closed, angels lead all these spirits to a treatment center where they can be healed. Deactivate and liberate, 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 deactivate and liberate. What is the frequency of portal now? All the way up to 100. How many portals are still open? We had 3. How many are still open? That's amazing. None. They're all closed. How many spirits are still present from each portal? None. Is it angelic to do this tool one more time? Should we repeat it? Should we do portal one more time for the collective? No? That's good. All right. What is the next tool we need to activate in order to release anger from the collective? Another thing, when I say the collective, it's only the ones who watch the session, okay? So this is not working on everybody else. It's working on those who connect with this energy. If you watch it later, or if you give this live recording to someone else to watch it, it's going to work on them too, okay? Next tool, psychic attack. Okay, you're going to recognize this one. You know when you had this bickering, or you had this anger moment towards someone, okay? Do you know when you go away and you start having those thoughts in your head as if you were still like arguing with the person mentally, or even out loud you start saying things, but you're so stupid, why did you do that? Like well, that's what you think. Have you been through this? Have you done this? Anybody, let me know. If you have, this is psychic attack. So you've been induced to start having these conversations in your head, okay? So we're going to clear that. What is the frequency for psychic attack before we do the tool? Where is the collective at? You have 5. All right. I now activate the magic wand to reflect the delivery of a psychic attack. I deactivate all energies that were shared with the collective that now have access to me and to them. Deactivate and liberate, 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 deactivate and liberate. So there is a second part to this technique. Angels activate the clear light. I'm greater than this, I am 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 greater than this. What is the frequency of psychic attack for the group? 95. Should we do this technique one more time for the collective? Should we do psychic attack one more time? No. Good. What's the next tool we need to work on in order to release anger from this group? Subtle bodies. Subtle bodies are all the energy bodies attached to your physical, okay? All of them. If they are under the influence of anger, they start getting weak, okay? So your vital energy starts decreasing. So it is important to bring these energies to a higher level and strengthen these energies so you can be healthy. Because if your energies, any energy in your body is at a low level, and if this goes on for a long time, you can start getting sick, okay? You can start developing any disease. And anger can give you ulcers, stomach ulcers, can give you a heart attack, can give you anything. But if it becomes pathological, because if it goes on for decades, because it's something that you've developed all your life, because you learned in your childhood, eventually it can make you sick, all right? So Let's do the subtle. So I'm moving my crystal to where I have the subtle body. Here it is. All right. I activate the alignment and the balance of subtle bodies, accessing the infinite potency of the collective group, where we're working on anger. Activate, 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 activate. So I'm basically activating your energies, all your energies, so they can be brought back to life once more. So what was the energy frequency for subtle bodies before the tool was used for the collective? It was at 0. And what is the energy tool, the energy frequency now for the collective? 95. Should we do the subtle body technique one more time for the collective? No. Good. What's the next tool that we need to work on to release anger from this group? All right, this one is magic. Magic, not necessarily, because there's two types of magic, white magic, black magic. If it's white magic, it's not affecting you in a negative way. But if it's black magic, most likely, because it really has to do with negative energies. Give me a second. So when you're experiencing magic, right, you are, we are really activating beings, energy beings that are going to help you to achieve something. We're activating those forces, even subconsciously, 100%, most of the time subconsciously, unless you have the intention to do so, to have them work in your favor, work with you or for you, or against someone, which is a very bad way to use these energies, but some people do that. So basically you want to activate and move those energies, right, to work towards a spiritual treatment for you. So to work in your favor, to make you benefit from it. So that's why we're doing just the activation of magic, which in this case is the white magic. So we're clearing the energies so you can keep the positive magic around you. That's what it is. Here we go. I liberate all demons, all negative energies, entities from the darkness, black wizards to whom it was given the work to keep this magic or this black magic over the collective experiencing anger. All of you may leave now. You have no more work here. Exorcist angels, please take all the demons towards the planet where they came from. Deactivate and liberate, 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 deactivate and liberate. All right. What is the frequency? What was the frequency before the tool was used for magic? We're at 0. And how about now? What is the vibrational frequency for the group? 95. Should we do the tool magic one more time? Should we work with it one more time for the group? So that means no. So that means that all the negative energies that were around were taken care of. To not come back, to not bother again, which is a great thing. Next tool. What else do we need to work with in order to get rid of anger from the collective, from this group? Supramental. When we work with supramental, we're really activating your higher force, your higher spiritual connection, the connection that you have with the energy force, the source, God, whoever you want to, or whatever you want to call it. So this is where your energy comes from above. This is the positive energy. So we're gonna activate the supramental force on you, because we did the clearing, we removed the negative, and now we have to activate and bring in the balance. Did I move it? Did I not move it? Hold on. There it is. All right. Activate the supramental energy towards all directions and liberate the unconsciousness and the anti-consciousness and the stored anti-consciousness. Activate, 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 activate. What was the frequency, the vibrational frequency before the tool? It was at 10. Is it 10? Yeah. And what's the frequency now after strengthening the supramental field? 85. Should we do the supramental tool one more time for the collective? Should we do it again? Yes. So that means we have to strengthen your energy, your good energy more, so you become stronger. Okay? After all this clearing you've done. I activate the supramental energy towards all directions, liberating the stored unconsciousness and anti-consciousness. Activate, 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 activate. There's a certain heaviness there. It is at 95. Should we do the supramental activation one more time? Should we activate supramental tool one more time for the collective? No. All right. Any other tools that we need to work with? How are you guys feeling? Okay? I guess so. No answer. So we have to strengthen again your subtle bodies. Better? That's good. All right, we have to do the subtle bodies activation one more time, okay? Maybe here. There it is. All right. I activate the alignment and the balance and of all subtle bodies, accessing the infinite potency of the collective, experiencing anger. Activate, 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 activate. This is a heavy one. Maybe because there's still some resistance in there. some energy that is still lingering somehow. But I don't know, do you guys feel anything? I feel some heaviness, like right here. Okay, what is the frequency now for subtle bodies? A 100. Good. Should we do the activation of subtle bodies one more time for the collective? See, I told you it's a heavy one. So let's clear that again. I activate the alignment and the balance of all subtle bodies of the collective, accessing the infinite potency of the group. Activate, 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 activate. I felt some relief now. What is the frequency for subtle bodies now? You too? Yeah. I felt the relief now. It's been released. Because I was really feeling tight inside. So you guys are still at 95. Let me see. Maybe it's still moving up. 100. Good. And should we do this tool one more time for the collective? Should we do the activation of subtle bodies one more time? Nope. Okay. Any other tools that we need to work with for this, the removal of anger, traumatic anger, and all memories of any trauma suffered involving anger? Anything else? Ancestors. Okay, so we're gonna activate the ancestral energy, which is anything that has to do with your lineage, this lifetime, other lifetimes, people who are in your family. So it's your family tree, right? So the ones that came before you. So why do we have to work with this? Because there is this ancestral influence on this anger. What does this mean? It means that it's a deep-rooted anger. It's not something that started now. It's something that started in other lifetimes, that you've been carrying it on over and over and over until this existence. So that's why it's so hard to get rid of, because it's from way back. Okay? But this tool clears all that, so don't worry. It doesn't matter if it's been 50 generations past, 5, 2, 1, doesn't matter. This table clears it. So ancestors, where are ancestors? There they are. Let's liberate them. Do you know why they stick to you oftentimes? Because they might think that they're helping. So let's say an example, okay? I don't know if this is the case. Let's say a grandfather, okay, that passed, and he lingers, he stays with you all the time. But instead of protecting you because he thinks that it's his role, he could be harming you, because he's still bringing his energy onto this day, and you're picking it up because it's affecting you. So all we're saying here is that we don't need their help anymore. We need them to go. Okay? So this energy doesn't stay with you. Okay. Guys, I have a question. I'm very new to TikTok Live because I did a session yesterday and I forgot to put the title on this live. Does it still show? Did you guys see ADHD healing session? Is that what it showed? Can anybody tell me? Because now I'm wondering if that would be what dragged you to, attracted you here, because I don't see it. If it was Instagram, I could figure it out, but on here, I don't know. Because it says here AI, ADHD healing vibrational session. So I don't know, maybe because I forgot to change the title and there's nothing. Okay, that's better, that's fine. I think I can still put a title afterwards when I save it. We'll work on it later. All right, let's liberate those ancestors. Thanks for checking anyways. All right, I liberate all ancestors that are stuck to the family tree of this collective experiencing anger. All of you may leave now. You are all free from any agreement, promise, oath that you might have made and that might have made to you. Dissipate and liberate, 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 dissipate and liberate. So this means that you in a past life could have promised something to this ancestor, and based on that promise, they're still here. They're still waiting for some benefit or whatever. You know, an example of that, you know, when you promise eternal love and commitment to someone in a relationship, don't ever do that. Because if you die or the person dies, you're stuck. You're still promising there's generations to come. You know what I'm saying? So, and then how do you break these promises? You have to have a session of angel healing. Because you don't break these things just like that. That's why they keep rolling over generations to generations and generations into the future. So that's a serious thing to do. Anyways, so what is the vibrational frequency for ancestors before the tool was activated? It was 0. And what is the frequency now? What is the vibrational frequency of the group for ancestors? It's a very slow move, but it's at 100. There's not much force on the pendulum right now, but it's indicating 100. Should we do the activation of ancestors one more time for the collective? Nope. That means they're gone, okay? They're not influencing you anymore. All right. What else? Any more tools? What do we have to work with to release anger from this group? Nothing else. We're going to close the session, okay? All right. Oh, did I just close the page? No, here it is. Angels, I ask you to deactivate all tools that were used, and please take all spirits, all entities, and all demons to the place they would like to go to. Final step. activate and integrate all tools by the angel of high magic 123 123 123. Activate and integrate all tools by the angels of high magic 123 123 123. Activate and integrate all tools by the angels of high magic 123 123 123. All right, let's see the final frequency of you guys and see where we at. What's the frequency for the collective after the session's been completed? 100. From 0 to 100. That's perfect. Wow. All right, you guys, this is what an angel healing session for anger release looks like. So this worked pretty much on releasing all your generational traumas, all your generational anger that you've been carrying within you, and in this case was ancestral. You saw that I had to remove ancestral energies. So this is a very old emotion that's been lingering in there, okay? And it's not going to come back. There might be episodes in the future. And why can it come back? It can't come back if your vibrational frequency lowers again, okay? If you encounter yourself in situations, you might need more healing. You might need more sessions. I don't know. Everybody's different, right? So it might work for you and you never have another episode. But if it does, it's because there's layers, and I don't know, because I didn't ask how many sessions you guys need, because it's subjective, right? I'm not going to be working on anger multiple times for the collective, but I wanted you guys to experience and see how it is. But if you still have any episode that you still want to, you find that there's still things in there, there's still a root deep-seated, then that means that you need more sessions, okay? And if you do need more, let me know. Send me a DM on TikTok, and we go from there. My sessions are online, like this one, so nothing in person, but wherever you are, it doesn't matter, you receive the energy the same. I also work on group sessions, so if you guys have more people that want to work on the same theme, that's also doable. Just let me know. And I've been randomly doing lives right now, and I haven't even posted anything on TikTok regarding when I'm going to do any. So in order for you to know when I'm doing next live, or of whatever theme, whatever tool, just follow me so you know what's going on, and just see, usually my lives are anywhere from 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern time. So if you're around, if you're live, fine, but if you're not, you can always watch the recording, and it's the same thing. You don't have to be watching the recording over and over. Watch one time, and that's good enough, okay? And see how you feel. See if you're more relaxed, if your symptoms have subsided, and if not, reach out, and I'll be glad to help you again. Okie doke. And if you have any questions right now, let me know. And if not, just stay tuned for the next one. Okay, I usually upload my sessions on TikTok. On Instagram, I cannot update a 40-minute session because it won't let me. So I have to guide people from Instagram to TikTok, and also I upload them on my YouTube page, my YouTube channel, which is transform. I used to be Transformational Therapies. Now it's a trauma release and healing therapist. You can find me there under that name. It could be changing soon too. I don't know. I gave it a shot. I just changed it 2 days ago. But if you want to go on there and watch it on YouTube, you're welcome to do so. All right. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you're feeling better. I hope your symptoms are way down, and I'll catch you guys next time. All right. Have a great night. Bye now.